Yo, what is up, guys? It's Pedro here, and what a absolute disaster of a game against the Minnesota Vikings. 31-0. The Washington Commanders got shut out for the first time since 2019, two different names ago. And Jaden Daniels gets re-injured, clearly was not fully healthy, and was playing in the game, and goes after you know the guy on the interception and falls on his elbow and re-injures it. It probably isn't too bad, but still, it just reiterates the point. I just don't think he should have been playing in this game. We're going to talk about a bunch of different things in today's game, so get ready for that. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, the notification bell as well, all that good stuff. I mean, there's zero positives from this game. 31-0. Jaden Daniels, your franchise quarterback, first off, didn't look too good. Second off, gets re-injured. I'm not, he didn't look great, but it's his first game back. And then just also, the protections were awful. That could also be on him, but the play calling, it was just awful, man. The play calling was not good. The only good thing today, guys, was the run game. Chris Rodriguez was good. Bill Krosky-Merritt was good. Zach Ertz, man, that injury was nasty. I don't know what it was, but he's going to be out, and I'm guessing retiring. But praying for him and his family, and hopefully he has a smooth recovery there, because that was a nasty injury, and he's been solid for us for the last couple of years. So definitely unfortunate situation there with Zach Ertz, and I'm hoping he's able to have a smooth recovery. Whether that means still retiring or coming back and playing at some point for any team, but. Yeah, just this was an awful game, guys. Really, really bad game. Let's start off with Jayden. 9 for 20, 78 yards, one interception. The amount of pressure that was getting to him just unblocked. It wasn't like necessarily the offensive line was playing awful. No, it was just unblocked. Brian Flores was like a wizard out there, defensively with these pressures and stuff, scheming things up. Harrison Smith getting untouched to the quarterback. And at that point, is it Jayden? Is it Cliff? Is it both? Because Cliff's gotta get the right corrections and protections, and then also coach Jayden up to know those right protections, and then Jayden's got to call them. So it's a little bit on both, and it was bad. It was really bad. I mean, he only got sacked one time, but the pressure was bad. He looked off though on some throws, just made some bad throws. I hated that 4th and 1 play call, a screen pass, or I think it was 4th and 1. Why are you doing a screen? It's just ridiculous, and obviously gets intercepted. Van Ginkel or or whatever his name is, I think he did the same thing with us against the Dolphins. With Sam Howell a couple years ago. But yeah, Jayden, it was not good today. Just all fronts, especially just the fact that he got injured. And I just do not think he should have been playing this game. He's playing with the brace and literally just falls on the elbow, and that's what re-injures it. And I don't think it's anything major. I think he's going to be fine. But it just reiterates the fact this season is lost. They were 3-9 coming into this game. I guess technically still alive in the playoffs, but obviously, they would have to win it out, and like every team competing with them would have to lose out or something similar to those lines. But they didn't think they're going to make the playoffs. I didn't think they were. But still, you have your quarterback out there, so maybe that's why. Or you have your quarterback who's coming back. Maybe you're like, all right, we're still in the playoffs, or in the hunt. We can go ahead and put him out there, but I don't think that line of thinking is smart. He's your franchise quarterback. You don't have a lot of games left, and you're going up against the Vikings defenses. That's good. You're going up against a bunch of really good defenses in the next few weeks. Jalen Carter and stuff like that. I'm not saying they should baby him, but at the same time, he clearly wasn't fully healthy. You're playing with the brace on your elbow, which means that it's gonna be a little bit sensitive, and structurally it's probably fine, but still you're playing with the brace, and that shows you aren't fully healthy. And he went out there and fell on his elbow and got hurt. It's not even like a crazy play that happened, like he just fell on it. And if that happened, like, he just wasn't healthy, and he should have played in this game. And I think the rest of the way he's got to sit, man, because I think it's been 4 games and 4 injuries the last 4 games for him. I mean, he played this game, got hurt, had the game against the Seahawks. Was that his first? I think that was his first game back. Got hurt in that game, got hurt in the Cowboys game, and then I don't know. It's just been too many injuries, man. I think you got to sit him out the rest of the way. and just tank. I mean, it's not like him being out there and these other guys being out there is going to make them win, because this team sucks. They're 3-10. They had a great game last week against the Broncos, and they go out and do this to a team in the Minnesota Vikings that is not good. This team is not good. Shout out to the Vikings though. They balled out. They had a good game. 9 had a good game. 16 for 23, 3 touchdowns. But this team's not good. They got shut out a couple weeks ago to the Seahawks. The Commanders just got shut out and allowed 31 points to the Minnesota Vikings. Just atrocious. It was bad. And they're 3-10. They got some really good draft news today. I'm pretty sure we'll continue to see. But if you're looking, I think the top of the screen is blocked for you guys, but the Saints are winning, which is good for them. We'll go over that another day. This is more rant time for the Commanders, and yeah, it's not looking good for the rest of the season. 31 points to the Minnesota Vikings after you had a good defensive game against the Broncos. They allowed 26, 27 points in 5 quarters. Like, that's solid football. And today you allow 31 points to one of the worst quarterbacks I've seen in a while. He's obviously still young, basically his rookie season, but it's been bad for him. And we made him look fine. And their run, rush offense was good, 4.8 yards a carry. They did pretty well receiving. Like, they didn't even do anything special. I mean, they just did whatever they wanted to us. I mean, they hand the ball off, throw a screen, throw it deep, whatever. I mean, I don't think they threw deep too much, but you know what I'm saying. Whatever they wanted to, they did it to us. Pause. And it is what it is. This is what this team is. 3-10. There's a lot of conversations that need to be had about Adam Peters, about Dan Quinn, Joe Witt, Cliff Kingsbury. Jayden obviously is still our franchise quarterback, but the injuries are very concerning. And the medical staff are putting him back out there. Is just, absolutely crazy to me that, Jaden Daniels was back out there today. Again, I know some people disagree with me. That's fine. I personally don't think he should have been out there for the Commanders, but hey, that's a conversation for another day. But real quick, a word from today's sponsor. And a huge shout out to Sleeper. Make sure you guys go ahead, check them out. Link in the description. Use my code Pedro on Sleeper and get a 100% match up to $100. Promo code Pedro. Link in the description. Terms and conditions apply. There's a bunch of games on today, tomorrow, and NBA, NHL, college football. A lot of good stuff. Check them out. All right, again, huge shout out to Sleeper there, but yeah, not a good game. I want to talk about Cliff Kingsbury too, because that was awful. I don't know what was happening. The play calling was awful. The sliding protections for your franchise quarterback was awful. And, it was just, I don't even know what to say. I mean, shut out. We've had so many bad teams, so many bad players, so many bad coaches in the last 5-6 years, right? But the only one to get shut out is Cliff Kingsbury with Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin, a good offensive line, and Deebo Samuel. And Cliff Kingsbury is the one to get shut out. All I'm saying is conversations, have to be had. I'm not saying we need to fire him. He needs to be gone, because I don't think he will be. But conversations need to be had, because getting shut out is just absolutely pathetic. After the week before, you had a good performance against one of the best defenses in all of football. And the Vikings defense is good, don't get me wrong, but 0 points. 0 points is crazy. And yeah, your quarterback got hurt. It's his first game back, so things are going to be a little bit rusty, but still, no excuses to score 0 points. That barely happens in the NFL. It's very rare. Every week, most of the weeks, there's not going to be a team that gets shut out. You look at all the scores right now, like the lowest score I'm seeing is 10 points by the Jets. I guess 9 points by the Falcons. We scored 0, not even close. So for me, that's pathetic. And yeah, they got close a couple times. Like, the first drive was good. The first drive, they got down to the 1. Probably should have ran it. And then, Deebo drops in the end zone, whatever. I mean, again, it was crazy. It was kind of close. I mean, it was early in the game. But, the Commanders had a nice drive there. And then after that, I don't know. Cliff, I guess, scripted up a good first drive. And then after that, it all went to what. So, I mean, I don't know where the Commanders go from here. All I know is Jaden Daniels should not be playing the rest of the season. I don't care what you say. It's just not changing my opinion on the fact of the matter that he should not be playing. He might be healthy. I would say he re-injured it. Maybe he's back, next week. I don't know. My guess is he's at least going to miss the next week, but who knows, man? With this staff, they like to rush players back. They did it with other players before this, during this year. With Dorrance Armstrong, had a, was kind of questionable going to the game. They ended up playing him re-injured, or I don't know if it was the same injury, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And I might be in the minority on this. I don't think I am. I think everyone should feel the same way that Jayden should sit out for the rest of the year. And yes, he's been injury prone, and that has been an issue for him, and that's something we're gonna have to talk about. But I think this one though is kind of simple. He wasn't healthy, re-injures that same elbow that he got injured, and he probably is gonna say in the press conference, might be saying it as I'm making this video, that he could have came back, blah, 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 blah. But, I think they need to shut him down for his own good, because I don't think he learned from, his mistakes, in terms of he took too many hits before, with these injuries before, and, didn't get out of bounds enough and stuff like that. This game, I mean, maybe it was a little bit better, but he was still taking hits, and even on the interception, like, dude, come on, I know football players and athletes don't think this way, but you're down by 24 or whatever it was, 17. You're not winning this game, and you're injured, and you're going after the interception. Dude, I don't know. I know certain quarterbacks, they like to make the play all the time in terms of making the tackle and the interception. Some quarterbacks though are smart, and they just kind of give a 50% effort, and if they can't get him, they can't get him. Because the thing is, especially if you're getting blown out, but even if you're not, one play is not worth you getting hurt the rest of the way. And I think that's something Jayden needs to realize. It is what it is, though. I hope he learns. I really hope he learns, because he's very good. He is one of the better quarterbacks in the league when he's healthy and when he's on. But the thing is, he can't be like, he keeps going in and out of the lineup. Almost no quarterback is going to be good when they're playing one game, not playing the next, not playing the next, coming back, getting hurt, coming back 2 games late. Like that stuff does not. You're not going to be playing well if that's happening. That's all I'm saying. If you keep coming in and out of the lineup, you're not going to play well. That's just how it works. And the offense is not going to play well. Sit him the rest of the way. That's my take. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys new. Peace.